Welcome to DRJ Crypto News Update. Welcome to episode 18. Subscribe now. Raoul Pal sees Bitcoin gradually overtaking the fiat system.
Tried 100 of these and just one succeeded. We don't know. But it would make sense because that's what they do, this kind of stuff. So one of these took off. And so I think it's always been. I don't think it's a coincidence it came out of the financial crisis. I don't think it's a coincidence that the halving cycle and all of this is all related. It is the solution. It always has been the solution. You just can't go there tomorrow. So all you need to do is let it happen slowly and manage that transition. You'll be okay. There'll be times where it speeds up because we've got something bad going on, and there's times when it slows down. But and that's what I think the US government regulation is trying to do. They don't want to ban crypto. Just slow this down, because if all the deposits leave the banking system, it's game over. If they don't set up a way of collecting taxes because everybody's living in crypto land and they have to ask your honesty in what trades you've done, that's not going to work for them because they can't pay the bills. So I think they're trying to catch up. I think that the UK will have a CBDC. I think the Europeans will. It's all coming relatively soon, next 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, and they'll feel more in control of the system that they've got because they need to pay the interest payments. Because if not, and the benefits, the aging benefits, all of this, Social Security is a problem with such an old population. Phase of, we know it's bad, but nothing extra is happening. But meanwhile, the deposits keep leaving the system because the Fed are whistling past the graveyard going, la, 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 I can't hear you. The problem is interest rates are too damn high, which is the same problem I said. They need basically to go back to zero again. And it's leaving the system. So there's two phases of this. One is the banks will start getting worse again. We'll see use the KRE ETF, which is the regional bank ETF. It's easy. You can look at that, get it on Yahoo Finance, wherever. You see the price of it going down. That's telling you it's kicking off again. And the outcome will be to keep bailing out these banks, whether they force them into mergers, which was how the banking crisis in 2008 started. And then eventually it's like, shit, we need to give money and sort this out. So we will see that. We know that the banking system can't go to a full-blown reset because we've already had that. I think it'll bring down one of the big banks before it gets really serious. And which one is that? I don't know. Bank of America, something like that. Their share price doesn't look great, the structure of it. But in the end, the Federal Reserve will come with their magic illusion bullet, the magic money. And that magic money will solve all of this, and we will all get mutualized because the asset prices will go up and we won't own enough of them and we will get poorer. So that is coming. The commercial real estate, so the quick one is the deposit flight. The Fed needs to cut rates. The yield curve, which is the value of money in the future, of interest rates in the future, has to be higher than currently. It's the opposite right now. So that needs to happen. And then in 2024 and 2025, it'll all be about the commercial real estate, because all of these, like Real Vision has offices in New York for 65 people and 3 people go to the office. The moment we can get out of our lease, we'll get out of our lease, as is everybody. And all of this stuff's going to be empty. So I think that will all end up on the Fed balance sheet. So the banking crisis will continue. It'll make it harder for the average person to get a loan. And the Federal Reserve will see this as the economy goes into recession, and eventually they'll start cutting rates, and eventually the more cowbell comes back.
Bitcoin as a solution. Raoul Pal believes Bitcoin was invented by governments, NSA, GCHQ, to address the financial crisis and debt concerns. Governments are deliberately slowing down the adoption of crypto to avoid a sudden run on banks and collapse of the existing system. He anticipates the introduction of CBDCs in major economies. Raoul Pal sees Bitcoin gradually overtaking the fiat system, but this will be a controlled process driven by government regulation. Thank you very much. See you on the next video.